charcoal fire smells on our live stream last weekend, and
All right.
that was great. And then the
Laura,
network
would you
went
lean
down in the
forward to
middle.
hold the microphone while I sit down? I don't want to like shake the words.
I need to be further away from the microphone.
No, I think you're great. Also, hi everybody who's about to be tuning into this. This rules. Look at this. We're all here in person. It's amazing. Yeah, that's Dana. She's making drinks. But we are extremely excited for NACVGM this weekend. And instead of playing a video game in our office setup, which does not really accommodate 6, soon to be 7 people when Addie gets downstairs, we thought we'd just walk through the program for about 40 minutes, talk about all the cool stuff we are so excited to see this weekend. So,
Woohoo!
hooray! But first, because we have new people on the stream today, from your right, we've got Julianne over this way, who's not new. You're stuck with her every week. And then Elizabeth Medina Gray to my immediate left. I'm around. Laura's actually hung out with us a couple times on stream before. She's conference keynote speaker this year. We're extremely excited to have Laura with us.
I'm excited too.
Sarah joins us in summer times when she's not doing church gigs.
Yep. More summers off, more Thursdays off this summer.
Nice. We'll have you back.
Excellent. Wonderful.
And then Dana is making everybody amazing drinks, playing kind of bartender for the room. And Addie is going to be a surprise guest on the stream as well, joining us at some point. Who knows? She'll come downstairs. She's being very, very nice and accommodating, helping with children's bedtime right now. Hooray!
Praise be to Addie.
But I am wildly excited to be hosting NACVGM this year. Just, I don't know, it's been a lot of work behind the scenes, but it's going to be fantastic. And I've got my program up now. You can go to nacvgm.org and just click the link for the program. Hi, Felt Cute. And kind of walk along with us. So, the first talk is kind of an older music talk, and it's not my specific lane, but I always like hearing about it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for that one. Is it David Chapman?
Yes, do you want to come do your spiel? Here's the...
What's the spiel?
Just talk about it. Why are you excited about it?
Okay. Beyond modularity, listening to early minimalist music and first generation video game sound in the long 1970s. First of all,
the long
1970s.
Brilliant.
They had my heart. I've never heard people say that outside of the long 19th century, and it just like I was in love.
That's great.
Secondly, not enough people, in my opinion, beyond like Neil Lerner, do stuff in that very, very early realm. And this is somebody that's coming from minimalism, which is also how I got into video game sound. So like, it made sense. And he's been a delight to converse with about the conference. So he's new to Ludo, coming from minimalism studies. So
nice.
We're gonna welcome into the fold.
Nice. Also, hi the rest of you joining. I see Anthony Dennis Music and Brahanis Joms in the chat. I have to say I am.
It's not as cold as ice, but temperature's good.
Yeah, Elizabeth, you are missed. We were hoping to have you here, and we will be extremely excited to see you in person the next time we see you. I'm glad you're in the chat tonight.
Hey.
There's no ice. You know.
Yeah, don't trip on the cord. And nobody spill these drinks on the new couch, please.
These are amazing. I will not waste a sip. Also, didn't Addie say these were washable?
Shut up.
I would not do that to her.
I was gonna say you can have that argument with her. I advise against that course of action.
Not do that. You know that. You know that.
Also, rounding out our early game audio set of panels in the morning, we've got Harmonic Functions in NES Music by Andrew Shartman, who's probably best known for writing the Bloomsbury 33 1/3 book for Super Mario Brothers.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That is awesome. And I'm excited to hear what he has to say about other older classic games. And then we have a kind of, I think it's going to be half presentation, half like musical premiere, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But Thomas Yee has fanfare for the Unreal Symphony 8-bit orchestration and imaginary timbres.
I'm excited about that one.
And I'm really excited. Every time Thomas talks about his composition work, I am thrilled to have him speak.
It's my favorite stuff he does. He's good.
Oh,
He's good at
wow.
composing.
This is my new favorite thing. Dana Plank. Wow.
You are all losing out that you cannot taste this.
Right?
This is.
I'm done talking about
Can I
NACVGM. This is
explain
now
the
a
NACVGM?
Dana's our new bartender forever
Okay,
stream.
So this is actually a mocktail. I have not one but multiple cookbooks of like mocktail recipes because I just want things to taste good even if they don't have alcohol in them, you know?
Yeah.
I'm into it. So I got very excited at the idea of making something simple for us. So this is actually pomegranate and or tart cherry juice, depending on who's drinking it. Ginger beer, and then a vanilla coconut cream syrup on the top. So it's like a can of coconut cream, a little bit of sugar to bind it, and a bunch of vanilla. And then you just
Lord of the Ringsy.
stir it.
Yes, in the chat, that reminds me. I need to make that announcement to everybody. I owe all of the conference attendees a couple emails tonight
I set an
about
alarm on my phone to remind you to do this.
final details. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
And one of those details is that Elizabeth Hambleton has very graciously offered once again for all of the hybrid virtual attendees to the conference to run the Gather Town
Ooh.
social space for us.
That's
So-
nice of her. Thank you.
So you're the best, and I have those details from Elizabeth somewhere in my DMs. I'll track them down and include that for everybody so that people can go on that space and interact, even if you're not here physically in East Lansing for the conference. You can kind of like walk around the virtual space and hang out together. And I really like GatherTown for this, as opposed to AltSpace VR, which makes those of us with headsets look very cool, and those of you without headsets look like second-class citizens, which is not fun. And VR chat is really, really great if you have like an amazing 3D architect wizard. Shout out to Greg from SwagFam. And if you don't have that, it's terrible. So GatherTown is going to be amazing. If you want to drop the link to it here, Julianne has to do that for you right now.
What?
Because only moderators can post links in the Twitch chat.
Okay, give me the link.
So
Discord me.
yeah, find some way to contact Julianne. She's on her computer.
I gotta open
And
Discord
she'll be our
first.
official Twitch moderator for chat tonight.
I'm gonna update
Actually
that.
doing her job, as opposed to me and Dana just hanging out on our cell phones.
I feel like we should add the caveat that while we're drinking these, none of us will probably be typing because we might spill on the new couch. if
Yeah,
we
we-
do
I
it too
haven't
many. I'm not gonna type.
Anyway, after that first panel, we have a coffee break of the day, and I'm very pleased to announce that it's one of our own master students providing all the coffee from his family farm in Guatemala.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very
Yes.
excited about this, actually.
That's
Great.
rad.
I'm stoked.
It just sounds fake. Artisanal conference.
So,
I feel like
coffee's gonna be very good.
Upping Matt Thompson when he had.
And yeah, sorry, we're not Michigan, those blue folks. No salmon for y'all. But we're gonna have bagels and fruit and donuts and coffee
I love bagels.
for the coffee break.
I also
The trade-off for that is we will only have that one coffee break. The coffee will go away after lunch. So like, if you need more coffee, like get it in East Lansing. There's a lot of coffee shops here. This is a college town. I am also a more than one cup a day coffee person, right? I drink coffee like I never left computer science. And so there's places in town to do that, those of you who are here local. Session 2 is nostalgia.
nostalgia.
And I'm extremely excited.
The question mark is intentional.
I know.
Yes, it is.
I know
Yeah,
it's
nostalgia. I'm extremely excited about Logan's talk, and I don't know Logan personally at all, but this talk sounds amazing. It's very much my research lane right now. The virtual acousmatics video games practice of remix. Like that ticks almost all of the boxes for my hobbyist mindset, right? Like one of the ways in which I first met Laura actually is we collaborated without meeting each other in person almost 10 years ago now on a Final Fantasy VI track that one of our friends mastered and put together.
Oh, yes.
Fun.
The Nightmare Oath. Laura plays flute and I'm Prince Rawls in the opera.
I gotta listen to that again.
Every once in a while I joke that like the best people to work for in music are the people who still pay you, but you would accept vodka and tacos as payment. And I was in fact paid for this fan project in vodka and tacos by Andrew Lors.
That's your example.
And some really nice, really nice for the Twin Cities insofar as you can get Mexican food in like the land of the frozen chosen. I understand this, but some really nice horchata up there as well. The other paper on that panel is, and this is an understudied game. I really hope that David Monroe gets into Final Fantasy X-2 because nobody talks about that game, and it's a
With good
totally.
reason. No, I'm kidding.
I hate you. No, FF102 is awesome. The gameplay is some of the best in franchise history, but the music is a totally different composer, and so it's going to be really fun to dig into beauty and nostalgia in the soundtrack of Final Fantasy X-2 HD Remaster. I'm also interested, a very, very long time ago now, I was interviewed by Polygon about the music for the remaster specifically, which, cards on the table, I don't love compared to the original there, because everything felt like movie trailer music, but like negatively, right? And so I'm hoping that we explore the difference in the remaster versus the original, and a lot more 10-2 than 10, because 10 is one of those games that like everybody lands on, right? And did you all hear the Nobuo Uematsu trivia fact of the week? He really revealed in this interview to Xanarkand, which might be like top 5 his most well-known themes. He did not write for Final Fantasy X. He pulled it from a random flute recital he was commissioned for. The piece went unused, and he was like running behind on deadline, and he was like, "How about this?" And they were like, "Oh my god, this is so good!" And he was like,
That's funny.
"Okay, I like it now. Fantastic."
That's insane.
And so when he tells you in other interviews, this is one of my favorite pieces, which he has said in other interviews, what he's secretly doing is celebrating the fact he got away with it. Which makes me like him so much more, actually.
That's like in The Wizard of Oz, If I Only Had a Brain was like this random tune, like a trunk song that he just had lying around. They were like, we need to put something here. It's not becoming the
Right.
most memorable thing.
I love stories like that.
All right. And then after lunch, we have this. I don't want to call it a very weird paper because that sounds pejorative, and I do not mean it that way at all. I'm wildly excited for this one, everybody. But despite the fact that we are the North American Conference on Video Game Music, we are Ludomusicology writ large, the music of play. And Will Ayers, who's near and dear to many of us sitting on this couch right now.
He made memes about my oldest child.
Let's start there,
That-
shall we?
That's a story that we're going to have as soon as we cut this camera feed, everybody. But Will Ayers is talking about forking paths in Ludomusical form in John Morris's score for Clue, the movie.
I can't wait.
And
I love that
honestly,
movie.
like,
Yeah.
yes. Just give me a lot of that movie.
And this is a talk that, like, obviously the program committee doesn't know the names behind it, but I did because I was the one that, took out the identifying information and sent it out and had them rank. This was one when as soon as they found out who was giving the paper, they were like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be great, right?" Like,
Right, because
Will
once
delivers.
we voted and decided on who gets accepted, we were like, oh, who are these people now? How many of them do we know? Right? Tell us. Once all the decisions had been made, right? And so we were extremely excited to have Will Ayers giving this talk. Fantastic stuff. All right, and then we have a second panel with no other home, the bonus level panels, and we have a fight. And the cackle is because
Yes!
Julianne is fighting everybody. We're going to put Julianne into the arena up against Andrew Powell in the chat. God help you, Andrew.
I don't know. I don't know if I win. We'll see.
But they're going to fight. I'm excited for this.
I love that you guys didn't just put them in a session called potpourri. Like
No.
references that will
I
not
like
be named.
I like fighting about games, right?
Yes, no,
And
that is the
if you're
bonus
gonna
level.
fight about games, also you have to do ludology meets narratology,
Absolutely,
because-
absolutely, positively.
right? That's
Which
like
team is red and which team is blue.
Like my
literally
favorite.
Game Studies 101, right? Like
Red and Andrew's blue according to our script.
Oh,
it is red and
okay.
blue.
Good. Good. I feel good about this.
fantastic.
Are they elemental? Are you like elemental? Are you ice?
Julian is lit. She's fire.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm a Sagittarius, and
I have-
that's a
I-
fire sign, and
Okay.
I don't know, actually.
You could say literally anything after the zodiac sign. I would be like, sure, of course.
Right. I care about this.
I believe you wholeheartedly.
rising.
Scorpio's a broccoli sign.
Right.
Sure,
Then
sure. Cruciferous vegetables for the win. Like,
Yeah.
Eat tiny flowers.
Closing out papers for the day, normal papers anyway, we have a panel on the power of the voice, leading up to Laura's keynote, which I think is a great positioning for that, actually.
Great.
Man, the people who
And-
put the program together are so
Yeah.
genius to think of that.
Right, yeah. What organizational genius thought about this? It's Dana, everybody. And Pete Smucker. Shout out, yeah. And no, yeah, Andrew, I'm wildly excited to see you fight Julianne. That seriously. I like both of these voice papers. I think I've heard Madison's in part
Yes.
at Game Sound Con. I'm excited to hear it again, with hopefully a little bit of updates. It was very good there. And Game Sound Con and NACVGM don't really overlap significantly with the audience. There happen to be 4 of us sitting on the couch who overlap, and that's basically it. So, like, it's a great opportunity for a graduate student to give a paper twice. I really like that idea.
Says she updated it though. Give her the credit.
Yay! Nice work. I'm seriously excited about it.
I'm really looking forward to Transistor. I feel like doesn't get as much talked about as the
Yeah,
other Super Giant games, and
I agree.
that soundtrack is fabulous.
Both of the 2 middle Supergiant games, Transistor and Pyre, which nobody remembers even exists.
Pyre has great songs though.
No, it's very good, right? But like,
But nobody
compared to Hades and Bastion, like Pyre's not getting the press, right?
No, Pyre doesn't, but the soundtrack is great. I love it.
Yeah, you are.
Are you
Nice.
No, I'm reading about the voices.
Oh, nice. And then the other panel on, I love this title: Playing Games, Playing Music, Playing God. Listening and voicing in My Singing Monsters by Jordan Good, which I'm also extremely excited about. I like hearing about games that I've not played at this conference, so that, like, sell me on this thing, right? Like,
It might be pretty rare.
so I'm extremely excited for Jordan's talk as well. Then we have a lovely break where we are all going to just breathe for a while, 'cause that's a lot, everybody. And then from 4 to 5 o'clock, for about 40 minutes of that time, Laura's going to be doing her nonsense and speaking. I'm extremely excited. I've seen the slides, everybody. It's going to be fantastic.
There will be lots of sense, thank you.
And then there will be some amount of time, 15, 20 minutes or so, for questions for Laura. And then it says dinner break, and for most of you, that's correct. But for those of us performing in the concert, it really means panic and scramble. So, especially, I have a feeling he's in transit right now. But, Rich Anatone, you're going to get an email from me saying, I will personally ferry you to the music building because you rehearsed first. And you must get there as soon as Laura is done. So, you will get a special trip in my minivan. And
Oh, the height of luxury. Did you get the stickers off the window?
right. You can delete your own message if that is a weird thing.
I'm not in mod mode or anything. Wait, can I just delete it from my regular mode?
No, become a mod.
Become mod.
That's right.
I am become mod destroyer and threads.
Goddamn stupid link.
No, you said a bad word.
Yeah, you did say a bad word now.
Bad.
Oh, my drink is so good. Okay.
I know, I drank all of mine in part because it was so good and in part because I was like, I don't want to spill and waste any of it.
Okay, and those of you who have been following the stream a long time as we progress into Sunday here, know that Dana and I love Mega Man. And I promise that we did not choose this.
Oh, it's Mega Man 3.
Like, how many times, I think is our most streamed game on this stream technically 30XX? Right? We've just, how many times have we been like, we have nothing for you, so you can watch me and Dana play 30XX again?
We've only done that like 4 times.
Once the new DLC characters come out, we're going to do it again to all of you.
Hey,
We're going to do it again.
We beat it the last time though. So
We
was
did.
pretty
That ruled,
exciting.
actually, yeah. But there's a whole panel on Mega Man. We are excited. We are going to be the 2 most excited people. Sorry, we like Mega Man more than all the rest of you do. I really like unique timbre effects in 8-bit NES, technological affordances in Mega Man's 1 through 3. I love talking about hardware stuff. And I am one of a very few people who, like, really speaks that language in the field on the game design programming side. of what it is that we can do in the field. Shout out to Kevin Burke, who's like the super genius tier person here. But I'm extremely excited to have somebody digging into that. That rules.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
And then Morgan Weeks is talking about stereo panning. So we will be walking you through how to make sure your Zoom call, hybrid folks, is set up to receive stereo audio because he is going to be they're going to be doing awesome stereo audio stuff in that panel. And I don't know the details, but it's going to be awesome because Mega Man Battle Network, like, just talk to me about that, please. It's amazing. One of my favorite arrangements is online. He's level 99, but it's me and Laura's friend Stevo, who plays this amazing acoustic guitar rendition of like the home song from Mega Man Battle Network. Absolutely love that franchise, and it is understudied in the field. So again, pumped about hearing about new things.
What is this rope?
All right.
Where would I
And then I don't do,
I need this.
admittedly, I know so little about Fallout 4, which does excite me to hear something about it. But all the rest of you have the program up, and I've been talking way too much. So somebody else take over for a minute while I finish my drink.
It still won't let me delete anything.
Mm.
It doesn't give me the meatball.
The meatball?
Yeah.
Spicy meatball?
It doesn't give me the
Uh,
meatball.
But after the Mega Man panel on Sunday, we've got nuclear sound design, analyzing immersive audio techniques in Fallout 4. And I forget the details of that one. I've never read the abstract, right? Half of us here in the room have.
That I can actually pull up because I have my Google Drive.
But
on me.
I think that is about the implementation and the dynamicism of that particular soundtrack. But I forget. Dana's going to do her job and look it up. Hooray, Dana!
Yeah, just hooray Dana all around.
I have to like actually search it in here because folks are.
I'm gonna...
Is this in order? What is this?
What is the dumbest thing you've ever seen in your life, Julian?
It doesn't give me the choice to delete anything.
In ModView?
Yeah. And
Oh.
so I googled it like a silly man.
You'll find a way.
And then
You'll find a way.
look for the meatball.
It's like it's called a velvet maxi jacket. Like what would you
Like
do
an
with it?
You'll find a way.
Yeah.
If you buy something that
Pin it.
expensive, you will find out.
It's in the sale category. I just went to the sale category to see what was
Which
there.
means that's the sale price of that particular item.
As long as you could say,
I
I
can
had,
check
did I tell
that.
you about my Midwest culture?
That's
shock?
definitely a Midwestern hierarchy thing. Oh, I got it on
Okay.
sale.
I did that to my brother's mother-in-law, and she was like, I couldn't tell. I won't tell anyone.
Shoot.
And I was like, Jackie, that's what you say. That's what you say in Ohio. Somebody compliments you. She's from Louisiana. But she was like, I won't tell anyone. I can't. I never would have known you got it on sale. I won't tell. Oh, dear Jackie.
Right, that's hilarious.
That's
It
funny.
was very adorable.
Oh, that does look really cool.
It's taken.
Right? Like, I don't have any.
All right, so
I
Dana,
can't
do you have that
give
abstract
you
pulled out?
Worst
I'm
wedgie.
trying to. What's the title again?
Nuclear sound design. It's Sunday morning.
Worst wedgie of my whole life.
Analyzing immersive audio techniques in Fallout 4. And Fallout 3 I played a lot because I lived for 5 years in DC, so like you could walk to my old house in Fallout 3, and I was like, that's cool. People are dead there. Or like the lake I played soccer in is now like a hole, right? Because like water isn't really a thing in Fallout. So there's like a pit there now. That's really pleasant.
Can't delete a mod message. Okay.
Oh, nice.
That's
Apparently, it's harder to search on
Anyway,
the
I'll
Google
just do a
Drive
different
app than
link.
I thought it was.
Because that link's not gonna
Yeah,
work.
no,
It's
Fallout
just-
4 I know is the Boston game. But that's all I know about it. I'm excited to hear what Alex's take is. Oh,
Okay,
Dana's
okay.
got it now. Okay, good. Read into the mic for us.
Okay, so this one does have a content warning that it will include some fake gun violence and some graphic visuals, blood, dismemberment, and death. And let's see.
They're gonna like shoot a super mutant on a video
Yeah,
clip. That's fine.
That's pretty heavy. No.
Do you want me to just read the abstract?
Yeah, read that abstract so we can hear something about this one.
Video game developers often tout the term immersive in their product advertisements, but a clear and shared definition of this term remains elusive.
But only an extra small.
In interactive multimedia, many different elements work together to create a player's sense of immersion during gameplay, most obvious being visually stunning graphics. Where visuals fall short, though, advanced audio design plays a significant role in connecting players to these virtual worlds. In this presentation, I present a taxonomy of immersive audio techniques, IATs, categorizing them as spatial, timbral, structural, ambient, and referential. To understand the immersive effect of these techniques, I employ the ALI model from Van Alphen, explore conceptualizations of presence and mediated experiences, like Nordahl and Nilsson 2014, and delve into the magic circle of gameplay, like Hatzinga 1945. Using Bethesda Softworks Fallout 4 as a case study, I analyzed the implementation of many different techniques within recorded gameplay. Detailed timeline diagrams track changes in audio streams and experiential elements, illustrating the intersection of various IATs and highlighting their inclusion at key narrative moments. And as an open-world RPG, Fallout 4 prioritizes certain IATs, particularly those related to nonlinear, reactive design, and virtual acoustics. Extending beyond Fallout 4, this analytic framework is applicable to diverse interactive multimedia experiences, surveying a corpus of games to identify correlations between IAT categories and genre can provide valuable insight into the design of immersive gameplay through audio.
Nice.
Dang.
Do you know who I want to see?
This is an Ohio State person.
I haven't checked to see if they are registered for the conference yet, and I won't announce it on stream if I do find that information, frankly. But you know who needs to hear that talk is I would love to put Alex in touch with Damian Kaspauer over at Audio Kinetic, because that's super his thing. Yeah, he loves talking about that stuff. He is the product lead for Wise, the middleware implementation stuff. And he is also like the most gregarious, like community building, nicest person in the entire game audio field.
Such a nice man.
So when
He's
you
amazing.
Together, do you just kind of like merge into one person?
Like
you're super nice, like, oh, our paths have come back together into like one incredibly dense, super nice,
I think
like black hole. Just like so concentrated.
You know,
or are you just never seen in the same room?
No. That's all you're gonna get out of this. We're so dense. No, for any of you on the academic side of stuff who have not had the pleasure, because like there are no people in the industry who don't know who this person is. He's amazing. Yeah, come to GameSound Con. That's right. Every October. And the new location in Burbank for GameSound Con is incredible.
It's incredible.
You can fly into an airport and walk from the airport to the conference venue in the Los Angeles Metro. Holy crap. That's amazing and should not be mathematically possible.
It's like a joke.
But everything about GameSound Con is awesome. All of you should come.
Keep an eye out for information about this year's conference.
Yeah, the call for papers for that should be going out shortly.
Fairly shortly.
Yeah.
I know a few people involved in that, so if you have questions.
Dana's in charge of the academic track, everybody, with Matt. Dana and Matt are co-chair that. For the amazing Brian Schmidt, who does everything for folks over on the industry side. He's also awesome. All right. The other paper on that one, I'm going to have Dana bring up another abstract because all I have is a title that's short. And I've seen some of the video because it's a video submitted talk. So I know that Jorge's video loads, for instance. But I've purposely not spoiled the talks for myself. So I will not watch it in full.
Oh, play well play.
Yeah.
Okay, so this proposal of a paper demonstration explores the dual role of gamers as both players in the virtual game environment and performers shaping the in-game sound through the controller. This experiment leverages the gestural capabilities of the controller as an interface, allowing players to manipulate the soundscape of the game in real time while engaging in traditional gameplay. The project reimagines the game controller as a musical interface, merging technology with musicality through software mapping, specifically using Max MSP. The gestures performed during gameplay serve as conduits for real-time sound manipulation. Tetris, coded in processing, serves as the chosen game for the demonstration, interacting with Max MSP via Open Sound Control, OSC. The convergence of game control gestures and sound manipulation introduces a compelling intersection of technology and human interaction. Rooted in the concept of algorithms as a framework, the proposal aligns with the idea expressed by Jesse Schell in The Art of Game Design that the game itself is not the sole experience, rather it enables the experience. This perspective extends to the envisioned scenario where a gamer, simultaneously playing a game and a musical instrument, produces a multiplicity of outputs influenced by both the pursuit of gaming success and the evolving real-time sound world, showcasing the dynamic interplay between gaming and musical expression.
I do remember checking out this video. It's a very cool technical demo he's got to put on for you. Don't miss that. It's going to be amazing, and I don't want to say anything because I'm afraid I'll spoil it and steal the thunder, but it was so good. You just have to trust me that like it's the best version of Tetris you're going to see this weekend.
Nice.
Then we got our morning coffee break again with our fancy coffee. And after that coffee break, we have I think our last bonus round of the conference is Exploring the Cosmos Through Sound, the soundtrack of Stellaris and its Cosmist Influences by Joseph Chang.
We saw this one at Game Sound Con, you may remember.
Yes.
And this is one of those talks that, like, you can be pretty accomplished in the field and just go, what? It's just, like, it's so outside. He gets into this whole, like, Russian philosophy of cosmism.
I am so into that.
Yeah.
This is weirdly my jam.
Yeah, like...
It will be, actually, yeah.
Gets into the weeds with it and then applies it to Stellaris, and it's really smartly done. And I believe it's a part of a much larger project, like a McGill thesis, I believe,
Yeah.
something like that. So you can tell it's like just so packed with information, and you're gonna have a lot to take away from that one, because I can only imagine it's evolved since that talk in October.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes. And then after lunch, we have my favorite session title, thanks to Dana's joke, I think.
did we leave it?
We did. It's parentheses uncomfortable sounds. And it's because we have, at the end of this, Adriana Ezekiel is talking about cozy video game music, but we also had 2 horror papers. So we just jammed them into the same session.
Brilliant.
Parentheses can do so much.
Yes.
Comfortable.
And Dana, would you make sure Addie got her drink? Actually, I hear her in the kitchen. The first one on that panel, we'll come back to Adriana in a minute. The first speaker on that panel is talking about timbre and horror troping in Blood. This like Doom clone from 1997 that was part of my childhood. Absolutely rules.
Is this Holly?
This is Holly's paper that she's continuing. They're continuing that research on like which PC sound card does which sound timbre at what time for old DOS games stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But moving like beyond just Doom this time, which was a great introduction last year. But like I'm really excited to see this research delve deeper and move beyond. And I absolutely love it. And I need to figure out how to emulate every sound card they're going to talk about in DOSBox so I can like give these demos to my game history students. It's one of my favorite lectures of the year is to like cite that talk last year and then be like, here's how Doom sounded if you were a normal person.
Yeah.
If you were rich, here's how it sounded instead. Like a $500 sound card in 1993? What?
How many
What
modern
does
dollars is
inflation
that?
say?
Yeah,
let's
that's
look
a
it up.
lot of modern dollars.
Who's gonna get to it first?
It's like a car's worth of modern dollars, everybody.
500?
A Gravis Ultrasound was $500, right? The Roland MT33 was probably more, but we can spitball and call it 500. $593 is
About $1,073.79.
that's 3 PS5s worth for just a sound card.
That's amazing.
3 PS5.
Wait,
Is that a unit
For
of measurement?
1,000?
PS5s?
it's 1,073. How much is a PS5 right
Oh,
now?
two
Like
PS.
350, right?
Oh, I
Oh,
was
it's only
picturing it much
Where-
higher in
where
my
can
head.
you get it for
I also
350?
thought it was like $600.
Tell me where you
We
can get it for
I thought the
350.
discless one was cheaper,
We
right?
don't get the discless one. Why would we do that?
So I can make my math metaphor. Shut up.
That's a bad unit. Pick a better unit.
Statue.
That is.
You want the nice, big, tall, loud one that sounds like a rocket ship. It's sitting right over there.
We have
Yeah,
a big,
man.
tall, loud one. It looks kind of imposing next to all of our Godzilla things at our house.
Nice.
Okay, so
All right.
Anthony, if we do that, we need to be very specific about which PS5, as we have
Yeah.
been. Like, we need to be much more consistent.
Yeah. And then, in addition, we have immersive functions of glissandi in humor and horror. And I can't. Jeremy Smith does not name which games are going to get referenced in that talk, but like, I could rattle off like 1,000 titles right now. Like half of the IndieCade judging last year was like me begging Laura, who has co-chaired this with me for years. She knows this, and I'll just announce to everybody, I'm a huge wuss. I hate horror games. And Laura, who is wearing like Jack Skellington socks right now on stream, is like, I play those. Give them to me. And
I will never say no to a horror game.
one of the better games, and I kind of hope it gets referenced in this talk, is just World of Horror from last year, which was this like incredibly creepy Junji Ito inspired like
So
lo-fi game.
So scary.
it was hard
One of the
as
scariest games
heck. Like
that we have ever done.
What little we demoed of it, I was like, oh,
it was
wow.
incredibly intense.
Ooh.
Yeah, there was just a lot.
We did a
And
stupid thing. We did a stupid
You can
thing.
hear like the panic in my voice when even I say that.
We played Alan Wake recently. We played Alan Wake 2, and we have like the hue lights that like go color to like to what was on the screen.
That's
So
fun.
we did that, and then we turned off all the lights, and we scared ourselves silly. It was so foolish.
Do you want to hear something horrible I did?
What did
Yes.
you do?
One time, my friend Ben, he'll tell you this is true. He was going through a really hard time. Like he was like playing in this ensemble, and there was a lot of like drama going on there. And we were just talking to me one night, and I was like, I really think you need to relax. Have you heard of this game called Doki Doki Literature Club?
No.
It's a dating simulator, and it's really cute. You pick your girlfriend.
Rude.
I don't know why I did this to him, but he played it at like 1 in the morning.
Oh no.
Oh.
What is wrong with you? And to this day, he was like, that was the most, like, savage
The
move.
betrayal of that.
I don't know why I did that to him.
I have a lapel pin that says just Monica.
Oh my god, I made everybody I know play that game.
That's mean. I'm sorry.
I luckily had the twist spoiled before I played it myself, so I didn't have to experience that in real time.
It's interesting, not to go off on a tangent here, but like, it is kind of fascinating. Like, you have to put a warning on a game like that. Like, you can't just say it's a dating sim and then there's references to really dark themes. But to counteract that, they make you play through 2 hours of this dating simulator so that you kind of forget about the psychological horror warning.
Yeah, you do.
And it was very effective. Like, I was just like, this is kind of silly. I don't know why I'm still playing. And then I
Fantastic.
figured out why. Anyway, next paper.
Yeah. The next paper is Felt Cute in the chat.
Nice.
With unearthing Ayashi K and the Pastoral in cozy video game music. And man, after the two, like, there's violence, literally blood, and horror, it's gonna be nice to like cuddle for a minute, right? Like,
I like
there's some coziness.
snuggly one last.
Yes.
That was definitely intentional.
Care.
Yep.
Aftercare.
Aftercare.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
I don't know what to do with any of you.
Okay.
And then our next panel, the second to last one for the conference, is going to be, and I've been extremely excited about this research. I've not seen any of Kate Galloway's recent stuff on Taylor Swift studies, but we have Just Dance, Taylor's version, embodied intertextual listening and gameplay fandom. And I know that Kate's just got back from a Taylor Swift academic conference.
Wow.
It was like an all Swiftian conference.
Doesn't Kate have like a T Swift book that's like almost on the shelves, if not already?
Yeah, maybe, right? But Kate's going to talk about her Taylor Swift research. But it's a lot of like, dance ethnographic stuff. Of course, Taylor Swift stuff's going to make an appearance. I also like the next one, a choreo musical approach to movement-oriented video games. Nice. Where did you learn those moves? I'm secretly hoping for the Captain Falcon meme quote to make an appearance. But I really like, a long infinity time ago, miraculously before I was married, I was DDR freestyle dance captain for Iowa State. Yes. I remember that my senior year, I was one of the producers for the university-wide, it was called Varieties at Iowa State, but the big talent show, right? And having won the event and proposed to Addie that night. My junior year, that was like, I was literally on top of the world, right? So my senior year, I'm now a producer of this show, and I'm sitting down with one of like the hyper popular, politely avoid her name here, but she's doing well and is lovely. But she's hyper popular sorority girl, like the sort of person everybody wanted to be on campus. And I had not actually gotten to meet this person more formally. Kind of got accepted on the committee last minute. And so I'm sitting down in the basement of the Memorial Union bowling alley for this first meeting with the group of people. And there's some huge loser in the back of the room playing DDR. And I'm also a huge DDR loser, so like I can say this about him. And one of the ladies, I think it was the lead person, that was like, "Man, look at that person playing Dance Dance Revolution back there." And I was like, immediately I was like, "Yeah, he's not very good, is he?" And of course he's playing like an 8-foot difficulty song, right? I'm like, but my immediate reaction was like, I could do better. And everybody else on the committee who does not know this about me was like, he's not good. And of course, I'm then put on the Dance Dance Revolution machine immediately by like the most popular people on campus. And I was not the most popular person on campus.
Did you win? Get to the point. Did you win? Were you better than the other guy? Was your score higher?
Oh no, this was like, it's not about getting a higher score. It's about, can I like rail flip and matrix walk on the stupid arcade cabinet, right? Like,
Did you?
oh, of course I did cool stuff on the cabinet, right?
Social interaction.
I played, those of you who played DDR7 way back in the day, because it's 20 years ago, Burning Heat, the Gradius 2 theme, is absolutely the best track to dance to on that machine. It still is. Yeah. Yep. Dun 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 dun. Yes. I'm so glad somebody else sang. I appreciate that so much.
Glad that you proposed at the DDR station.
No.
The nope from the other room was amazing. Probably a good move.
Yes. And then I'm also
some good moves.
I'm also extremely excited to see what Molly Hennig has put together about gathering and listening on Twitch, a brief ethnographic study.
Ethnography.
Yes. I'm excited to see more people talking about being on Twitch in this space, rather than just the four of us who do this every week. So, more of you do this stuff. It's fun. And then our last two papers, we've got some topic theory and trope stuff. Our own master student from here, Eileen Snyder, is talking about player affect and world building, kind of Julianne's lane of things, in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which I'm extremely excited about. It's the one Pokemon franchise like not played very much, and it's like the roguelike dungeon explorer. Why have I not played this? I need to do that.
Seems very on brand.
Yeah, no, I need to do this, and like, my student is doing it and I've not done this? Like, I need to do my job here. Play some Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. And then, what's the abstract for Ben Major's final talk? The "This Sounds Familiar," a model for tropes in video games. Everybody should do topics and affect. I felt cute. Yes, do that.
Video games are both connected to and distinct from other forms of media. Musically, games borrow from pre-existing media, particularly cinema, while developing their own musical qualities and traditions. Like all media, video games also create, iterate, and develop tropes, in which music and sound are particularly important. Some scholars have started to deal with musical tropes in games, but discussion is hampered by a lack of a concrete definition. Ooh, do I agree with that? Tropes specific to the video game medium are often ignored in favor of tropes imported from other media. This paper presents definitions and a model for understanding tropes unique to games. To propose a unified definition of video game tropes, this paper synthesizes prior game music research, Atkinson, Yee, Bradford, topic theory, Manel, Hatton, and game studies, Perron. I define video game tropes as being ludonarrative and present a model for identifying these tropes and their sounds as they are found in games. The proposed model consists of 3 levels of trope: unit, topic, and process, to account for the myriad formulations and functions of tropes in games. This research seeks to clear up the terminological confusion about the term trope when talking about video games. Please do that for us. It also strives to unify the variety of interrelated words that are used interchangeably to describe this phenomenon. The proposed model is then used to identify ludonarrative tropes and their sounds, recognizing the function as a shared lexicon between game developers and players.
Nice.
Cool.
I'm going to assume that like Ben Major is therefore responsible for a significant percentage of my paycheck from ProQuest for accessing my dissertation, which 2 of its chapters is dedicated to that subject. But also, I got a check from ProQuest.
Wow.
That's right.
Rolling.
That's how much 5 years of my life is worth, everybody. $35.
And how much did you have to pay in tuition?
Let's not give that number right now. It's
I don't think this stuff is eligible to be paid. 'Cause
yeah. I also had to pay to submit to ProQuest. Actually, that fee probably was
no, it
$35.
just has it up
I
there.
just did mine. Mine's on
Like, everyone
Hirelink.
pays for it. Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know that we get paid for that.
No, we don't get
Right.
paid through Hirelink.
I mean, how much
I do
was
have
meeting
a-
Dana and
I have a
Julianne
salary
worth,
wrote down.
right? That's the number that grad school cost. And that's going to be the conference this year. I'm extremely pumped about it. I mentioned that I owe everybody in this chat right now probably an email tonight. Laura will continue to remind me after we get off the air here.
I'm gonna set it again for 15 minutes.
Nice. But let me say it while I'm on chat here. And that is, if you are in town tomorrow, the day before the conference, from 5 to 7, if you show up to the ComArts building, the Alienware Esports Lounge in ComArts is being kind of given over to us, so you can just show up and play video games gratis for MSU. We've got like corporate Steam accounts set up with a whole bunch of different competitive games. Just log in and play. You don't have to own anything. Though I think if you happen to have a big fat Steam account, you can also log into your own stuff and play. But if that's not you, you can just show up and you will be given games to play on MSU.
I really want to do. Andrew's the one that mentioned it in chat. If we have any copy of Mario Party, like
Yes.
available to us, Andrew has mentioned this before, but you play Mario Party, but where you try to come in third.
I absolutely adore that. That's
if
so
Yes.
much harder.
Yeah.
That's so much harder.
I really want to do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
I
Yeah,
can get one on my Switch because I have access to our family's games and we have at least one that's.
We've got Mario Party Superstars on this Switch, and I don't think the boys will miss it for one evening. They've been playing a
I'm looking
lot
forward
of
to trying to make that
PC
happen.
and
I
other
think
stuff
that's so
lately.
funny.
So we'll drop our Switch into the console room of the Esports Lounge. There's like nice 80-inch touchscreen TVs in the back of the Alienware Lounge that we will commandeer for the evening and play third place Mario Party against each other.
Yes.
It's going to be fantastic.
Imagine people getting
Getting
mad
help.
that they came in first. Like, dang
Right?
it, I was too good.
Yeah, well, it turns out, Elizabeth, you see me twice, 3 times a year, right? Like, find me somewhere and I will foist video games upon you. That's a great word, by the way. I am very good at that, and I'm going to be bringing all of the gear to ComArts tomorrow and Saturday for video games. I'm actually pretty happy I was able to set up in my living room for a change. This setup is very comfy, actually. I have all of us here.
Couch. 5 stars. 5 stars on the couch. I want one.
But I think that's all we've got for everybody tonight. We're just going to kind of hang out here for an hour, and then we're all going to sleep. So I'm going to say goodbye to all of you on the stream. Tonight we'll be back for our normal nonsense as usual next week. As usual, we have no idea what we're doing. Once we're going to wait on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, though I have made a lot of progress. I'm not yet done. Don't spoil it for me. But I am more done than Julianne is, which means we are not playing it yet.
I don't even have it. I don't have it.
Get it. But this weekend is going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you tomorrow at the Alienware Lounge and at the conference site Saturday and Sunday. Again, if you have registered for the conference, be on the lookout for some emails from me before I go to bed tonight. But I'm going to do an hour of hanging out with the best people on Earth right here before we do that. So before I go to sleep tonight, you'll have an email from me. All right, everybody wave goodbye. We're going to be out for now.
Bye.
See y'all tomorrow/next week. Bye, everybody.